What up, you weirdos? Fever here. How's everyone doing today? Staying out of trouble? I recently made a video covering the legend version of the Lost Sector Exodus Garden 2A on the Cosmodrome, and today I will give you some tips on how to complete the 1280 Master version. Also, as these Lost Sectors become available and I find better builds across multiple characters, I will continue to put videos out for future reference. Before we get started though, please keep in mind that these Lost Sectors are on a daily rotation and they can be a different difficulty tomorrow, or might not even be available for a couple of days. Someone was very upset with me in the comment section because the Lost Sector wasn't available when they watched the video. According to the comment, my mother gets around a lot. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the video, shall we? Alright, I'm not going to pretend I'm some amazing gamer or that this was a walk in the park because I died a lot the first couple times I tried it. It almost seems like luck needs to be in your favor sometimes as well. The champions can be very glitchy, especially in the master versions, and when every bullet and second counts, that can be devastating in your progression. There are void shields, 3 overload champions, and 4 barrier champions. For the build in this video, it will require you to be +6 on the artifacts so you can unlock the mods. The 4 mods I used were an anti-barrier for a pulse rifle, overload for a scout rifle, thermal overload, and surge eater. The thermal overload causes disruption to overload champions when using a solar stasis grenade, and the surge eater recharges your grenade fully when disrupting the overload champions. The scout rifle I used was the Night Watch. The pulse rifle was the last perdition for the void and anti-barrier, along with the anarchy for the tick damage. I know some of you guardians don't have the anarchy, so I've been play testing these Lost Sectors like crazy, trying to find some run-of-the-mill builds that everyone can use. One option I had was the Wither Horde, but Bungie has disabled it for the time being and we're not sure when it's getting fixed. I will continue to test stuff out though. You can get away with using grenades and the scout rifle only for the overloads, but it takes some patience and hope that the overload champion works with you. You know, so you can kill it. If you're extremely underleveled, it'll be much harder because it seems like the overload doesn't kick in as fast. With the overloads, it's all about timing your grenades and pre-procking the overload rounds with the scout rifle. The first area is pretty straightforward, just a few shanks and a servitor with a void shield. Once you get past them, a barrier servitor pops up and a bunch of dregs come running out the door and start throwing grenades at you. I'm also pretty sure one of them hit me in the head with a grenade and I might need some therapy for that. My guardian is sensitive today, okay? Just keep your distance and work on the dregs first. Once they're all gone, start working on the barrier servitor that's attached to the shanks. If you chip away at the servitor's health and then bust its barrier, it'll detach from the shanks so you can kill them and focus on the servitor only. As soon as the barrier champion is gone, more dregs and an overload knight come out. This is where the tick damage plays a big part. If you can get the overload stun locked with the grenades and the scout rifle, you won't need the anarchy. But it took me so long to make that happen, and then I messed up the timing, so I ended up using the anarchy anyways. After the overload champion, 2 more will appear, about at the halfway mark. One is on top of the building and the other one is hiding in the back usually. If you run up, you will set off the next wave of adds with exploder shanks, so be careful. I found that if you stay close to the building after that next wave, the champion on top can't seem to hit you, so I used that to my advantage and killed it. The barrier servitor and the overload champion in the back will finally push up and the servitor will attach itself to what seems like 20 dregs. By this point, you should have your super and can use it to kill most of the dregs, even though they are shielded by the servitor. It's like a built-in mechanic of your super. After you make it through all the adds and the champions, a void shielded servitor will be hiding in the back, which shouldn't be an issue. Now comes the fun part, the boss and the 2 barrier servitors. If you hide in the back, away from the door, the servitors don't seem to care that you're shooting them for some reason. I don't know if it's distance or what, but you can kill the boss without going in that room. Just watch out for you guessed it, more dregs. I think Bungie found a sale on dregs and shanks this season. Somebody pointed out in the comment section of the legend version that you can kill the boss and not the other adds. So I attempted that with the 2 barrier servitors and it works. You can collect your loot without killing the champions, but I did notice you get the same scoring system as in an Ordeal Nightfall. When I didn't kill the champions at the end, I only got silver rank and no exotics both times I tried, even though the exotic drop rate was common today. So just keep that in mind if you decide to skip them. Alright Guardians, I wish nothing but the best of luck on your exotic hunt, and if you have any questions, I try to respond in the comments as fast as possible. If you found this video helpful, Don't forget to like and subscribe, but more importantly, just be a good person to one another and have an amazing day. Thank you.